about three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. Seem to always get us. We never expect them to start as early as they do, and then they do, and we're never as set to go as we are right now, as a matter of fact. Welcome, everyone, here to GrahamStarSports.com. Kevin Hensley with you this afternoon, and once again, very privileged to be bringing you Robbinsville Black Knights Athletics. Leading off will be the second baseman, Michael Amani, for Hayesville. We'll talk more about both programs as we go along here. First pitch, frame as he tried, did Quinn Jumper. That's right, Jumper behind the plate today. We'll have to talk more about that as the game goes along. First pitch fired at 4:23 p.m. and it is 63 degrees here in Robbinsville. Up until about an hour and a half ago, another one of those spring affairs that it didn't seem like we were going to get in due to rain that has hovered over Graham County all afternoon. 1-1 pitch coming will be low and inside. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Quinn Jumper is behind the plate. A lot of changes to this Robbinsville look since we last saw you guys a week ago today, as a matter of fact, here on the Graham Star Sports Network. And that was going to be grounded right to Luke Lovin. Is going to get right through his glove, as a matter of fact. So it'll be a leadoff single for Michael Monty and the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. Jackets 14-2 on the year, unblemished in the Smoky Mountain Conference, an 11-0 mark. Next week is the last week of the regular season, and the way things played out, the Jackets have no more conference games. This is it today, as that pitch catches the plate. 0-1 the count. Monty still at first base. The batter is Peyton McGaha. He is the center fielder today for Hayesville. Pickoff throw to first will not be in time. And back we go. Jackets defeated Andrews last night in an away game. That was a makeup game for the Jackets, as a matter of fact. Final score there 12-2 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. As the standings shake out right now, Robbinsville 7-2 in the division, 10-4 overall this season. Hayesville is 11-0 in the conference, 14-2 overall, so they've got the conference championship wrapped up. Robbinsville more or less playing for second. That game Monday was as crucial as it gets. The Knights are now eliminated from title contention, hoping to procure the program's first ever one. That's not going to be the case now, but they can still finish second. They can still finish near the top of the pack and break that playoff drought that we seem to talk about quite often. And that ball is foul, and McGaha will have to go all the way back to the plate and give it another college try here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Monty, by the way, the leadoff batter that is on first, was batting .562 when he came into today's game. McGaha is at .434 on the season. And Jumper has to keep that one out in front of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Robbinsville's went through 3 catchers in the last 7 days. That's not been a good turn of events. On Friday, if you were with us, Dane Webster, the starting catcher, was plunked with a pitch. And at the time, we didn't know it, but it actually broke his finger. Can't have that, of course. And Lovin tries to get that one under control, and he won't be able to. That will be an E4 on the second baseman. It'll allow McGaha to reach. 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the first. Tate Roberts is the batter. Everyone's starting early today. We can hear across the campus the dulcet tones of Rodney Nelson calling out the lineup card for the Lady Knights, who are also hosting Hayesville. We'll see them again next Thursday when they travel to Murphy. The game next Thursday is the conference title matchup Barring an upset across the way today, Robbinsville and Murphy will remain unblemished in the conference, and it'll be round one Tuesday here in Graham County. But, of course, for the outright championship, Robbinsville will have to vie out Thursday at Conahita Park, and we are hoping to go live for you from Cherokee County next Thursday afternoon. Or checks the runner 1-1 in a bit of a pickle already, as you can see, throw to third, and everybody just eats it. How about that? Guns down Monty over at first base. Meanwhile, Magaha does move up to third base, I beg your pardon. So it's a caught stealing 2-5. Monty takes the bag and heads to the dugout. Magaha will stand at second base, and now Roberts has just one runner to drive in now, one down. When Jumper, we'll finish the catcher narrative. Okay, so Webster's hit, broken finger Monday. We're at Hayesville. The backup catcher, Tyler Martinez, gets injured. He's out now. And the emergency catcher has donned his gear for the first time since Rec Ball. Quinn Jumper, the normal starting third baseman. So over at third today is Bryce Garrison. Shortstop is Gray Lenore, of course. He is always there when he's not on the mound. And Roberts walks with a full count. And just like that, two base runners back on for Ethan Orr to work out of here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Brings up Kyle Shaheen to the plate, batting .410 on the year. He's got a homer on his resume, 16 RBIs, lefty-lefty matchup coming your way. And first one's in there, 0-1 the count after the tip. Apologize for the pause. I'm trying to pull up Mr. Orr's pitching stats this year. Ethan Orr started last Friday. He was dominant here at Robbinsville, 4-2 on the season, a 104 earned run average. He struck out 11 last week against Hiawassee Dam, and that run his season total to 63. So he's been a pretty tough pitcher all season long. He gets Mr. Shaheen to swing and miss, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out and 2 on for Hayesville here in the top of the first. Jackets, that one close. 2 balls, 2 strikes, or a little disgruntled on the mound. Thought he should have got the call there, and perhaps he should have. Not for us to say, we're only about 360 feet away out here. And Jumper again tries to get the frame job. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, those are missing. I'm talking right on the edge of the plate. Out of the stretch, he fires, chops it, and that is in play. Throw will go, where else can it go but first? And I believe they got him over at first base. They did. It will be the easy out if you'll have it. And runners move up on the, what ostensibly ends up being a sacrifice, 1-3. Salvages the play, 2 outs, and 2 on. We mentioned Hayesville somehow managed to wrap up their conference schedule this week. Next week, in case you're wondering, they have a home-away series with Brevard. That is a non-conference tilt. That'll finish out their regular season. Season wraps up Thursday, conference meeting Friday, and playoffs are right after, and the Black Knights have not seen the postseason since 2011. I have a gut feeling that's going to change in about a week or so. Or kicks, fires, pitch, catches the outside part of the plate that time, and the count, 2 balls, 1 strike here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Philip, don't call me Pee Wee Davis in the field today. And I don't know the name of the umpire behind the plate. I beg your pardon for that. Probably should by now. I've been here in West North Carolina for a while. Batter at the dish, however, is Jackson Sellers. Sellers pitched Monday against Robbinsville. Today, he is taking care of first base duties for the Jackets. he chops that one down the first base line. It goes foul here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Give you a good wide view of the field here. Loudon-Orr Memorial Field Complex, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful facility. And we're glad to be bringing you Black Knights baseball from it live on this Friday afternoon in Graham County. Here's the pitch for Moore. Swung on and missed, and Orr escapes the jam. How about that? Orr will trot off triumphantly. Quite the pickle. He got in early. He gets some attaboys from his teammates, and we'll go to the bottom of the inning. 2 stranded, no score. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Hey fans, welcome back to the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you here from Loudon-Orr Memorial Field. It's Robbinsville, Hayesville baseball action coming your way on this Friday afternoon from Graham County. It's once again my privilege to be bringing you Knights Athletics. Robbinsville, Hayesville, of course, duking it out for the top supremacy in the Smoky Mountain Conference on Monday, and it ended up going to the Jackets. 11-1 was the final score. Well, today, Robbinsville's got a chance to extract just a little bit of revenge. They did, in fact, beat the Jackets in 2021, last time they picked up the dub over the seemingly every year perennial leader in the conference, the Yellow Jackets. Robbinsville spoiled what was a perfect campaign during the quote-unquote COVID season, if you'll have it. Jeb Schuler pitching a complete game beaut over in Clay County, and it was actually the first game that Hayesville was able to play on their new facility at the Park and Rec complex, and, well, Robbinsville playing spools for it. We'll go back to the field now as Graylin Orr is set to step in, and you're tired of seeing my pretty face anyhow. See Orr getting his final last crack on the hill today for the Jackets is junior Cade Caruso. And if I'm not pronouncing that name correctly, I apologize to Mr. Caruso's family. Certainly not my intention. Caruso 2-0 this year, 1.34 earned run average. He does have 30 strikeouts, but he's only logged 15 2/3 inning of work. Graylin Orr to lead off. Bryce Garrison and Ethan Orr will make up the top 3 of the lineup. It's the usual suspects, as we like to say here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Always the top of the lineup card. All seniors for Brent Eisenhower and the Black Knights. In the cleanup hole today is catcher Quinn Jumper. Batting 5th is right fielder Avery Webster. Let's wait for Mr. Caruso's first pitch to Graylin Orr here. He'll take it outside, ball 1. Titan Teske is batting 6th today. He's at first base, batting 7th. Second baseman Luke Lovin in the 8-hole today. Left fielder Chase Calhoun. And batting 9th today is Tegan Werner. He's getting his first start of his varsity career, as is Everett Taylor. He's playing in center field, but he is getting flexed, if you'll have it. He's the DH, Werner DHing for Mr. Taylor. Russo having a little trouble finding the zone here in the early going is 3-0 to Graylin Orr, who no slouch in the hitting department himself. And he took all the way and almost took off there thinking that was it. And a pitch outside caught enough of the plate for the umpire to throw the strike signal. 3-1, Orr chased one. About that exact same location. All right, now he's seen it. Full count. Orr batting .380 this year. He has tripled. He's drove in 7 for the Black Knights. And this one's going to get hit down the right field line, and it will not stay in the ballpark. Lands over near the new restroom facility here at Robbinsville High School. This has been an exciting team to watch, an exciting team to cover this year. They're just getting started. Playoffs, as we said, just around the corner. Strike 3. Orr goes up 3-0 and then strikes out to begin the ball game. Senior Bryce Garrison will try to erase the boo-boo here in the bottom of the first. Garrison batting .320 on the year. He's doubled twice, and he has 8 RBIs. More tellingly, perhaps, for Mr. Garrison, if you'll have it, is his pursuit of the stolen base record here at Robbinsville. He's tied it now. He's got 21, and that, as a matter of fact, is the program record. So he needs just one more swipe. He's got at least 3 more games guaranteed to get it, to be the all-time leader for stolen bases in a single season for Robbinsville. So fires. Garrison with a beaner. I mean, a screamer up the middle. And that goes right into center field. Garrison with a 1-out hit here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Gets some nice adulation from first base coach Gary Eisenhower. And yes, there is a relation. Here's Eeyore. He's going to try to make a difference here in the bottom of the first, help his own cause. He's been the hottest hitter for Robbinsville this year. And he's taking off. He's going for it. And he got it. Bryce Garrison just broke the all-time record for stolen bases with the Black Knights. That's his 22nd of the year. Congratulations to that young man. He'll have his name in the archives for a while, I'm sure. And he's got a chance to do more. Pitch misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. Garrison leading off. To the plate we go. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 3-0. Garrison will return to the bag. Ethan Orr batting .447 this year. He's got 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. And again, another 3-0 take all the way is ruled a strike by the home plate umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the first. And that's in the dut. Ball 4, or walks. Runners at first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the first for catcher. That's right, catcher Quinn Jumper. Jumper has been, as we say in the South, hotter than chicken grease at the plate. .366 average on the year. He has tripled. He's drove in 14 runs. That is second highest on the team, second only to, of course, Mr. Ethan Orr, as we just mentioned. And he takes the first pitch right down Black Knight way. 0-1. 2 on for the Black Knights with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score. You're watching us live and in living color from Loudon Orr Memorial Field. Glad you're with us on GramstarSports.com. Orr ducks out of the way, and that's trouble. Everybody's aces. They go up 90 feet each here on GramstarSports.com. Camera hung up on us there for a moment. So runners advance on the wild pitch. So in the stretch, he'll fire his 1-1 to Quinn Jumper, who'll chase one high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So shook that off, went almost back to the exact same location that he lost the previous pitch. Here's the offering. Jumper pops it up a mile high and running in to catch it. And making the catch is going to be Michael Monty. He jumps right off camera, and we can't even get a shot of him to make the play. He fell in no man's land there, so to speak, for us. 2 outs, 2 on. Everyone stays put. Here comes right fielder Avery Webster. First pitch Webster sees is going to be fouled, and it will careen off the batting cage. 0-1 the count. Webster batting $189 on the campaign. He has doubled once and has drove in 7 for Robbinsville. Garrison at third. Ethan Orr is at second here in the bottom of the first. Both men lead off. 1-1 pitch. Low and away. Ball 2. Good stop behind the plate by Dawson Devane, the catcher for the Jackets. So fires the 2-1, and he'll chop it foul right off the top of the plate. And counts even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, fans. This is about the end of our second full season of GramstarSports.com. We did our first year live on Facebook, absolutely free as a service to all of you through the COVID-19 pandemic, where we went to this pay-per-view model. Give a portion of the proceeds back to every sport you buy a ticket to watch. So every purchase today, the Black Knights baseball program will see a cut of that at the end of the year. Upstairs and in, Webster has them full. Runners will be off to the races. And no need to be. They can just park where they're at. Webster draws a walk. 2 walks here in the first inning. Okay, Caruso trying to get his bearings about him. Here comes a nice surprise this year. We've talked about it over and over. Titan T. Sateski. Dawson Devane will walk out to speak about things with his catcher, or his pitcher, I beg your pardon. T. Sateski batting .260 this year. 3 doubles, 10 RBIs for the big man. He's a junior that the Black Knights are very happy came out to play baseball this season. And he comes up with a prime chance to help Robbinsville draw first blood here on GramstarSports.com. First pitch in there, 0-1 the count. Teske fouls it straight back. I mean, on a beeline. He straightens that out, big dog, as they say, and that's 2 runs in easily. What a shot. It's in the wrong direction. 0-2. It's just chock full of Black Knights. That one gets away. Here comes Garrison. He'll score. 1-0, Robbinsville. Everyone moves up 90 feet on the other side of it. So Orr now at third and Avery Webster at second. Boy, that's a huge break for the Black Knights and maybe the start of some momentum for them here in the bottom of the first. Robbinsville leads it. Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garrison scores on the wild pitch. That's 2 already in this inning for Caruso. In the dirt, good stop by Devane. Probably saved Ethan Orr from charging home, and that is a lot of young men to have to take down if you're Dawson Devane behind the plate. Counts full again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Knights have worked it full 3 different times in this inning. And Teske swinging all the way, and he chased a high one. Strike 3 called, and Caruso and company will walk off the field, hoping to gather their bearings. 1-0. Advantage Black Knights. Stay with us, folks, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Second inning is upon us. Welcome back to Loudon or Memorial Field. It's 1-0 Black Knights. Both teams strand 2 runners in the first inning on either side of the coin. Robbinsville able to salvage the proceedings, however. And pitch misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Counts 3 balls, 1 strike here on GramstarSports.com. And it'll be a leadoff walk. significant things in the inning. By the way, it was Chance Hughes that led off for Hayesville. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch to the catcher, Dawson Devane, will be in there 0-1. Upstairs counts 2-0. So Orr now having a little bit of a hard time finding the zone. And that will catch the zone. Jumper can't keep his glove on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside. 2-2. And strikes him out. 1 gone here in the top of the second. And pitch gets away. High throw to second. So that'll advance him 1 out, but now you have a runner in scoring position. Batter's Cooper Matheson for the Yellow Jackets. Popped up to Titan T. Sateski. Luke Lovin will make the play. 2 gone here in the top of the second. Caruso, the batter, now with 1 on. Throw to first will be in time, and the Knights avert disaster again. 1 stranded here in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. It is 1-0 Black Knights here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the second. Welcome back to Loudon Orr Memorial Field. 1-0 Black Knights. First pitch is going to be blistered to left field, and it's going to go to the fence. Relaying it in, sliding into second with a leadoff double is Luke Lovin here on the Gramstar Sports Network. How about that? Lovin starting things off hot for the Black Knights. Can't beat that here in the bottom of the second. Lovin came into today's game batting .229. That's his first double of the year, as a matter of fact. A 1 pitch to Chase Calhoun will miss outside. 1-1 the count. Calhoun batting .233. He has doubled and drove in 3 himself. So Lovin at second with nobody out here in the bottom of the inning. And Calhoun erased. 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. Luke Levin will put a Smoky Mountain smile on anybody's face after that leadoff double. And with one down, here comes the DH today, Tegan Werner. So as such, in the lineup, he's not been in the lineup until today. He's been coming in relief, of course. Here's the pitch. He does have the highest batting average on the team. Thank you very much. He's batting 1,000. He's got 2 plate appearances this year and nothing to show for it. Well, that could change here in the bottom of the second against the conference leading Hayesville Yellow Jackets. They've got the title wrapped up. And right now, just trying to hold the man down, so to speak. And the Robbinsville Black Knights count is 0-2 to Mr. Werner. Graylin Orr lurks in the on-deck circle. And Werner's down on 3 pitches. Good cuts, however, from the young man. He's just a freshman. He'll be all right. 2 down. Graylin Orr, last time up, struck out after going up 3-0 in the count. Upstairs over the head of Orr, 1-0, I beg your pardon. Our sports photographer, Jacqueline Gayoso, is roaming around out here today getting some photos for us. Have those in next week's edition of the Graham Star. Fly ball to shallow left field. It will drop. And that will fall into Mr. McGaha's glove. I think everyone on the field thought that was going to be all she wrote in another run. Knights strand one. We'll go to the third. It's 1-0 in favor of the home team. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. And they break the huddle. We come back to you from Robbinsville High School, top of the third. 1-0 Black Knights. First pitch to Michael Monty is grounded hard down the left field line. It is foul, however. Monty singled to begin this ball game. Knights lead 1-0. And that one's aced right through to center field for another hit. 2 for 2 today is Mr. Monty here on the Graham Star Sports Network. That's what you want your leadoff man to be able to do, is get on base. Only run of the game so far scored on Bryce Garrison's scramble home on a wild pitch in the bottom of the first. And a strike delivered to Peyton McGaha, who reached on an error in the top of the first. Fly ball popped up into center field. Here comes Everett Taylor, and he'll make the play. Throw back to first. He's got it, though. He's in there as Mr. Monty in plenty of time. Good play made by Everett Taylor, the center fielder today. 1 out. And that brings Roberts to the plate. Throw to second will be late. He'll get in there. Will Mr. Monty. So both number ones for both teams have stolen a base today. All right. Think about being an overcast day here in late April. And believe it or not, I'll even go as far as say this. The nice thing about it's not even that muggy out here today. Nice weather. Supposed to be pretty all weekend here in Graham County. Just a little worried throughout the course of the day about whether or not the weather would break. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Tate Roberts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, I beg your pardon. 1 out here in the top of the third. Michael Monty at second base. Ethan Orr having to work out of the stretch. He checks the runner. He fires. Strike 3 called. And to third, no dice. He takes the bag. So it's almost a strikeout, throw him out, but no Kanduski Third base is stolen once again. That's 2 on the day for Mr. Monty, but that's 2 outs against the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. Brings up Kyle Shaheen to the plate after grounding into a sacrifice in the top of the first, so he's 0 for 0 today. He's got Mr. Monty just 90 feet away, though, and certainly the Knights want to try to tie things up, or the Jackets, I should say, and they're going to try it here. He's going to come home, and the throw's going to be off base. Well, that's we can't say much about that. Quinn Jumper, not your starting catcher or even your reserve catcher, doing the best he can today. That pitch got away from him. Both runs so far now have scored on wild pitches. It is 1-1 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. It's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that is ball 4. So run scores and he ends up walking Mr. Shaheen. I'm sure Orr's a little fired up on the hill right now, as Jackson Sellers comes up to the plate. Sellers struck out in his first plate appearance. Orr with 2 today. Season total now at 65. If you're keeping score at home, first pitch to Jumper will jump out of his glove. Want to know the count. Low and in the dirt. 2-0. 2-0 Robbinsville over Hayesville right now at softball complex in the 3rd inning. An update now from Todd Odom, the PA announcer. Everyone scatters like mice over next to the dugout. No one harmed. Fan from Ground Squirrel makes the play in foul territory. 2 balls, 1 strike. They just now star score over there. There he goes to second. And he's going to get there no problemo, standing up on the passed ball. That one just popped right out of Jumper's glove. You're going to have to kind of expect that, with it being his first foray behind the plate this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's fouled off by Jackson Sellers. Boy, the batting cages are taking a beating today. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Sellers doing his darndest to get it straightened out and not doing a great job of it, I'll be honest with you. Battling. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 in scoring position, 1 in for the Jackets. Low. Strike 3 call. Oh my. Jackson Sellers not too pleased with that call. Ethan Orr and company will take it. 1 comes in, 1 stranded. Bottom of the 3rd on tap. 1-1. We're all knotted up on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the 3rd coming your way from Loudon or Memorial Field. It's 1-1. We're all squared up again here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bryce Garrison steps in as 4 holes due up. He scored the only run of the game so far for Robbinsville, moments after stealing his now program-leading 22nd base of the season. That's a new record for Robbinsville baseball. Stolen bases in a single year. He singled to get on base, and right now has a 2-0 lead on Cade Caruso. outside. But he got the call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wide strike zone today, it seems, from the umpire. Here's the 2-1. Garrison ropes it to center field, and it is caught on the run. And that's the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the third. Garrison gets the attaboy for a good whack to center field, and up will step Ethan Orr. Orr walked to put a runner on, or 2 on, in the bottom of the first, but unfortunately could not get home as his classmate Bryce Garrison did. 0-1 count now on Eeyore. Swing and a miss. Quickly in an 0-2 hole. When Jumper awaits in the on-deck circle. Inside to Eeyore, way inside. They can't really dispute that too much. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Orr lops that one to third base. Play made. Relatively easy. And that's 2 outs. Ball popped up there to Mr. Hughes for the second out. And let's see if Quinn Jumper can get something going for Robbinsville here in the bottom of the frame. Fly ball popped up a country mile around the first base bag. And the catch is made by second baseman Michael Monty. 3 up, 3 down for the Black Knights here in the bottom of the third. This one's still tied as we go to the fourth. It's 1-1 on GramstarSports.com. Sorry about the lengthy pause, fans. Welcome back for the fourth inning. Quinn Jumper, who finished off the bottom of the third, had to get his catcher's gear back on, and it took a extra second or two. He's finally out behind home plate, getting his warm-up catches from starting pitcher Ethan Orr, who has 3 strikeouts today and has just surrendered 1 run to the Hayesville Yellow Jackets here on the Gramstar Sports Network. You're watching a battle for top dog supremacy in the Smoky Mountain Conference. If Robbinsville can knock off Hayesville today, it'll go a long way toward that RPI, which is apparently more important than wins and losses anymore when it comes to playoff seeding in North Carolina. I don't personally agree with that, but North Carolina High School Athletic Association has made it clear that it doesn't matter what my opinion is. Max Preps talks. Sorry, bugging my throat. And we're still waiting for the inning to commence. When it does, here in the top of the fourth, it will be, see on their lineup card where they're at the 6, 7, 8 holes, it will be Chance Hughes, followed by Dawson Devane, and Cooper Matheson. 6, 7, 8 spots due up for Hayesville here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And Ethan Orr gets his last bit of encouragement from his teammates, takes the hill for his fourth inning of work. Robbinsville now leading 4-0 at the softball matchup across the campus at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. We had plans on trying to go live Monday for the Robbinsville Hiawassee Dam game that was rained out last Friday here in Graham County, but the conference golf tournament is going on, and we've got to go cover that bad boy in Jackson County, so we will not be able to go live. We'll not see them again until hopefully going live next Thursday at Conahita Park in Murphy. Still got to work out all the details with Murphy High School and Joseph Watson, the athletic director. And I'll see Judy Nichols Memorial Field again until, well, the playoffs. Strike 3 called, and the throw to first, just to make darn sure of it, is going to be in time. A little high, but Titan T goes up and gets it 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Strikeout number 4 today for Ethan Orr. And after Hughes walked in the 2nd inning, he strikes out here in the 4th. Dawson Devane will now bat, the catcher. Struck out in his first plate appearance today. Orr getting a little settled in, it looks like. Nothing wrong with seeing comfort from the senior. This team has just got the hearts of everyone here in Graham County, as that one's popped up over the shortstop, Graylin Orr. And the play is made. Despite our camera not showing it, I promise it was there. 2 outs. Get panned around there quick enough. Little dribbler pop-ups today. There have been a lot of sky mile high ones. We've had 1. Two outs, nobody on for Cooper Matheson, who popped up to Luke Levin in the 2nd inning. And that was going to get hit to center field, so no pop-ups here. And it will be a 2-out single. So that'll bring up the starting pitcher today, Kay Caruso, hoping to help his cause here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Orr checks the runner. And boy, did that mitt pop. What a fastball fire by big Ethan Orr. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed. Taking off for second. It's a hit and run. Lovin fields it and can't complete the fielding. He'll get there safe and sound. Another error. And Matheson gets all the way to third in all the chicanery. And that is trouble if you're Robbinsville, because Michael Monty is coming up to the plate, and he's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. And Hayesville has a chance to break the stalemate. Low, ball 1, throw to second. Nope, jumper just stayed it. Thought he threw to second. So, stolen base. Caruso there. Runners in scoring position now, 2nd and 3rd. Caruso is 2nd. And Matheson at 3rd. And they're going to get a pinch runner out for Kay Caruso over at second base. Trying to see who that is. Can't see the jersey number from here. Now we got it. That is Brady Reynolds that has stepped in to run for the pitcher. Two outs, 1-0 count to Michael Monty. Here's the pitch. Monty fouls it way out of the ballpark. Bounced back in the right field corner. Avery Webster will jog over to relay it back in. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Grounded foul right in front of the Jackets dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is a big moment in this ball game. Both in scoring position. Monty at the plate, a hot hitter today. And he fouls that one off himself. Hit the plate first, staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big crowd on hand again this afternoon. A lot of support this season for these Black Knights. They've been fun to watch. First 10-win campaign since 2010. Pitches upstairs, counts 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Michael Monty. Knights, of course, as we mentioned, made the playoffs in 2011, reached the second round before being eliminated. 2010 is the last time they won 10 games. They've got a real chance to win more than that. Next week's series with Murphy will wrap it up for Robbinsville this year. That one's grounded to Ethan Orr, and the throw came home, and they got him at the plate. My apologies. Camera wheeled around the wrong way there, but it is a very smart play by the Black Knights. Fielder's choice 1-2. Get the lead runner, get the shore out. 1 stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-1 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th is upon us. Welcome back to Robbinsville. Avery Webster will lead off for the Black Knights. First pitch he sees is swung on and missed 0-1. Tied up here in the bottom of the 4th. Webster walked his only time up today, and that one is fouled off, piece of in front of the plate. Oh, and 2 the count. South breeze continues to pick up here in Graham County. Not a bad one, making it a pleasant evening out here, quite frankly. Glad all of you are with us for this pleasant Friday afternoon. Glad we were able to bring you Black Knights baseball. Again, it was a question mark until about 3 o'clock when we knew for sure we were able to come set up shop. I knew both coaches wanted to get their games in, but Mother Nature doesn't always provide the wants of the world. 1-2 outside. Webster takes it wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He hacked the first 2 and has been patient on the last 2. Counts even as a result. Low. Ball 3. Webster could work another walk here. And he does. Wow, great at bat by Avery Webster. Hacked the first 2 pitches, laid off the next 4, and caught a good break there as a result. Titan T. Sateski will come up now. Head coach Brent Eisenhower, giving some instructions to his players what to do here. Pitch coming from Caruso upstairs, ball 1. Avery Webster, great young man. I dare say probably not too big a threat to steal, but crazier things have happened. So checks him either way. He's about to step off the bag. And Titan T takes strike 1. It's 1-1 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. T. Sateski struck out in his first bat today. And takes strike 3 all the way and knew it. He jogs off, in disgust. 1 out for Luke Lovin, who doubled to try and jumpstart things for the Robbinsville Black Knights in the bottom of the 2nd, and was left hanging out to dry when it was all said and done after a pair of strikeouts and a flyout. That was all the production we saw in the inning. See if he can do it again. Take strike 1, right about the letters. 0-1. We'll be here for senior night on Tuesday. It'll be Robbinsville Murphy baseball. And then, as we mentioned, we'll try to go live at Conahita Park in Murphy as Lovin fouls that one right behind the plate. 0-2 for Robbinsville Murphy softball on Thursday next week, and then we'll have to let you know. We'll have to see how the playoff schedule shakes out. We do try to plan on streaming baseball, as that'll be such an historic return to the postseason. We want to make sure we give the Knights their just due in the playoffs. And I'm sure, no offense to some of the teams in 1A, I'm sure the Lady Knights will take care of business in the early rounds. And we'll get to them when we can. I'm sure we'll have a chance to. Popped up high over the first base side. And the catch is made. That draws the adulation of the Hayesville faithful. Jackson Sellers with that's a tough play to make over to his right, almost in front of the Knights dugout. That's out number 2 here in the inning. And it brings up to the horn Chase Calhoun, who struck out in his first plate appearance today. Another senior, the other senior, I should say, for Robbinsville. There's 4 this year. Really, if you look at it in a loop, 4 straight seniors in a row. Calhoun, both Orrs, Garrison. Not a bad seat in the house, if you'll have it. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. And Avery Webster drew a leadoff walk in this inning and is in danger of being stranded again. Robbinsville in danger, I should say, of squandering a leadoff opportunity. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's in the dirt, and Webster will charge. Da-da-da-da-da-da. He is at second base on the wild pitch. And I'm sure just glad to be moving. 3-1 is not going to come right away. Caruso steps off. Swing and a miss. Calhoun comes up empty. It's full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hopefully won't come empty in this at bat with Webster in scoring position. Wide of the plate. Lost him. Ball 4. And that's going to bring up Tegan Werner with a huge opportunity in front of this young man. 2 on against the conference champion Hayesville Yellow Jackets. And we're all knotted up here in the bottom of the 4th. Struck out his only time up so far today. Upstairs, ball 1. There's a base open. Warner would be so lucky. But I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, you don't want to get back around to the top of the lineup card right now. Things going a little bit smoother than they did Monday at Clay County. Warner swings and misses. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Clay County on Monday. Robbinsville scored first, as they did today. Jackets put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the inning, bottom of the 1st, I should say, to quickly erase Robbinsville's hope of holding on. Knights held steady, score held steady both until the 6th inning when errors reared their ugly head. And before we knew it, it was mercy rule time. I also want to do that again. 2-2 the count to Mr. Tegan Werner. And he won't be able to catch up with Caruso's pitches. That'll be strike 3, 2 stranded. Second strikeout of the day by Mr. Werner. We'll go to the fifth. It's still 1-1 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. First pitch from Ethan Orr is a strike. 0-1. Raked hard, and I mean hard, to left field. So hard, in fact, it ain't coming back. It is a home run for Peyton Magaha to begin the top of the fifth. He'll get greeted nicely by his teammates at the plate. Ethan Orr not very pleased by that. Second pitch of the inning. Magaha goes yard to left center field. That was just a line drive homer. Probably didn't get any higher than Tegan Werner's ball cap, but it got out of the field. And the Jackets have pulled ahead now 2-1 just like that. And that is the first RBI of the ball game. And Orr will have to settle down and deal with the next batter in line, Tate Roberts. One ball, one strike to count. See where that ball landed. There's a walking trail, and there's another hit to left center field. Jackets are doling them out here in the top of the fifth. It's a double for Tate Roberts. Sure why our camera's not cooperating over there to our right. We apologize. Roberts doubles. Nobody out here in the fifth. Those that are still searching for his home run ball. As I said, there's a walking track just beyond the fence out here in the outfield, and then it's just better don some boots and pants. It is high grass from there on out. Shaheen at the plate. One and one the count. And Orr almost falls off the hill there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Don't want to see things go off the rails here if you're the Black Knights. Pitch catches the mitt. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tate Roberts still at second base. And he draws the walk. So Orr lost him. So it's a homer, a double, and a walk. Rare bit of shakiness for Ethan Orr here in the top of the fifth. And doesn't look like Brent Eisenhower is going to come out for a chat. So onward we roll here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 2 on, nobody out, 1 already in here in the top of the fifth. Batter is Jackson Sellers. And a hard whack into the outfield will break things up a little bit. Bases are loaded. Everywhere you see a base, there's a Jacket right now. They're swarming here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Chance Hughes will try to do something to bring him in. A double, a walk, and a single. And the Jackets have them at every station in this still 1-run ball game. Still a lot of baseball to be played, but Ethan Orr and the Robbinsville Black Knights have got to stop the bleeding quick. Swing and a miss. Huge cut. Good pitch by Orr. That one danced away, and he got him to bite. Did Mr. Hughes. 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. Oh, it looks like maybe on camera how close Black Knight Way is. That roadway is quite a ways away, so if the ball's fouled off, it would take a lot to get it to hit someone's car on the road. However, if you're parked in the perimeter of the ball field, you are in trouble. It gets through for a hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. It's going to trot in as well. Tate Roberts and Kyle Shaheen track across the plate. Jackets get 2 more on. It's 4-1 on an RBI double times 2 for Chance Hughes. And a little bit of a quick word of encouragement from Titan T. Stesky to Ethan Orr. I'll need to hear some kind words if you're Mr. Orr, and I'm not sure what was going on there. Sorry about that. Dawson Devane, the catcher, at the plate now. Pitch fouled off. Fans are still searching for the home run ball. Lagaha's family doesn't want to give up hope just yet. 0-2. Roped hard down the left field line. Little bit straighter and easier to follow than that first one that almost took off everyone's head in the general direction. Still 0-2. That is going to be popped up. Jumper makes the basket catch. How about that? That is the first out of this inning, by the way. Pops up to catcher Quinn Jumper, 1 gone. And Devane heads back to the dugout. We'll discuss it with the turn of events. Cooper Matheson is the batter. Still 2 in scoring position for the Jackets. 1 out now here in the bottom of the 5th. Excuse me, the top of the 5th. And we got a discussion between head coach Joe Sellers and the home plate umpire. I'm not sure why. It's happening over here to our left just a little bit. I guess we've got it all straightened out now. Take it. And still on we play. Now a discussion with Brent Eisenhower. Hi fans, when you're 350 feet or so away from home plate, there's not a whole lot you can tell about things going on at the field. Popped up to Titan Tizatesky's side of the fence, and he makes a sliding catch. Holy cow. How about Titan T making a good play here on GramStarSports.com? Wow. 2 outs. I thought that one was going to leave the ballpark, so I didn't turn the camera around there, and Titan Tizatesky made a gold glove play. I apologize to Mr. T. Stesky in the future for not having it on camera. Pitcher Cade Crusoe up now with 2 outs. 3 in for the Jackets. And it's no 2 count. Ethan Orr getting a little bit of his swagger back on the hill. That's good to see. Again, you got to stop the bleeding. 3 runs. That could be disastrous. Low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Froze him in his tracks. But the Jackets plate 3 here in this inning. 4 hits, 2 left on. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Robbinsville's got to get to hacking. It's 4-1. Now the advantage goes to the Yellow Jackets here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th, welcome back to Loudon Orr Memorial Field. Top of the lineup, due up for Robbinsville. It's going to be Graylin Orr, Bryce Garrison, and Ethan Orr, hoping to reverse the night's fortunes. Kevin Hensley with you here on GrahamStarSports.com. Fly ball down the right field line, foul, and off a Chrysler minivan. Oh, baby. Wonder if that person's got collision. Comprehensive? Act of God? I'm not sure what they got on their policy. Here comes the 1-2, and Graylin Orr hacks it again down the right field line, a little farther that time, than about 10 or 15 feet of Athletic Director D. Walsh here in attendance watching today's game. Walsh coached at Hayesville for a few years, a Robbinsville alum. And that one about took Orr's head off. He squats down nicely. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The search for McGaha's home run ball continues over here to our right. Orr hacks that one out in front of the plate, and it's going to be a bang, bang play at first. It's off the bag and away. Orr's going to have a chance to go to second. He'll get there standing up. They might have had him, but the throw was off the line, to say the very least. It'll be an E1 or at second. That's a good way to start the inning if you're the Black Knights. Get a runner in scoring position right off the bat. Bryce Garrison, the batter. So working out of the stretch, checks the runner at second. First pitch to Garrison. Gets away. How about third base, Mr. Orr? He'll get there. And you hear the applause from behind the plate of the Black Knight faithful. Knights are in danger of cutting the deficit in half here in short order, in quick fashion. Expression you want to use. 2-0 now to Bryce Garrison. Ethan Orr is due up next. Last score update we heard from Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Robbinsville was leading Hayesville 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Shout out to Todd Odom for giving us updates from across the campus. He's the late nights DJ, if you'll have it. Garrison draws the walk. He'll trot to first base. Graylin Orr will display that perfectly coiffed hair for just a moment over at third. Sure, Haley Cage is tickled I've said that. And we'll go back to the plate for Eeyore, as he's so affectionately called by his teammates. Swing and a miss. Snap throw back. It actually hit Orr as he was trying to get back to the bag, but he was already at the bag. Garrison swiped second to make darn sure the record grows and grows. That's now his 23rd of the season. I don't know what the career mark is. I'll have to look into that. Hard to keep stats like that tracked. Swung on and missed by Eeyore. Counts 0-2. 2 in score position now, nobody out. Can't squander this if you're Robbinsville. This is a golden chance to get back in it. That saved a run. Good stop by Devane. High and inside. Graylin Orr could have trotted home if that one had gotten away. One, two, inside. Almost hit him. 2-2. Fly ball golfed hard, opposite field. And he'll tag up and charge home, Will Gray Lenore. It'll be a fly out. It will be a run. ABC Baseball. Get them on, get them over, get them in. Sacrifice fly. F7 goes to Ethan Orr. He'll get an RBI out of it. And try to help his own cause here. It's now 4-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. And the batter is Quinn Jumper. Garrison still at second base. Camera's not working properly to pan over to left and center field. We'll try to fix that in between innings. Sorry about that, fans. And it seems like that's where all the pitches are going. Jumper grounds that one down the left field line foul. 0-1 the count. As we mentioned before the break, if you want to join us here on the Gramstar Sports Network team as one of our sponsors, you see what we do. We get to advertise your business numerous times to a lot of eyeballs throughout the year, so it'll help promote your business. And we'll promote you on social media as well. And it's a hit and run. Jumper chops it foul, 0-2. Since we're near the end of the year, I would not recommend the yearly package. That's not going to be good for too awful long. We like to go bumper to bumper, so August to May, more or less, is our streaming schedule. So join us again in the fall. We'll have several already on board for next year. Russo steps off. Make sure Garrison stays on us at second. We'll come back live for volleyball in August. Football, of course, also scheduled for season 3 of GramstarSports.com. Jumper strikes out, and that's the second out of the inning. And at least they got one in so far. Garrison's still at second base. It would just take some good contact here to get him home. See if Avery Webster can do it. Crystal again steps off. Here's the pitch. Another hit and run. And Webster hacks it foul. Counts 0-1. Garrison was in the Hayesville dugout before the ball even landed. Well, he got a great jump on that. One pitch. Runner checked. Steps off. Garrison again back. Well, they know they've got a blazing base runner in Bryce Garrison, so they're checking him as much as they need to. He's going to third. He is in there, says Mr. P. Wee Davis. A lot of work. How about that? After a hard fought back and forth and a lot of posturing, so to speak, Garrison is 90 feet away. Inside to Webster. Three and one. Lost him. Ball 4. So another walk for Avery Webster. That's 2 today. Titan Tisteski has struck out twice. He wants to get rid of that blemish, if you'll have it, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. He'll step in with runners at the corners. 2 outs. 1 in for Robbinsville. Russo taking his sweet, sweet time. He's obviously in a pickle here in the bottom of the fifth. Don't want to make any mistakes if you're the Jackets. And if you're Robbinsville, you want to cash in on any mistake. Titan T is struggling to time that ball up and in. He can't lay off of it either. 0-1 is the count. Outside 1-1. Two balls, one strike. Fouled off the gear. Devane will go pick it up. Got a pace of it. Two balls, two strikes now on Titan T. Sateski. 11 in the on deck circle. And now Titan T steps out to get his orders from Brent Eisenhower. Nice, got what he needs. Steps back in, 2-2 count. Russo out of the stretch again. Here's the offering. And he makes contact and pops it up high and foul, and it will disappear into the fescue. Still 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chase one low that time. Third strikeout of the day on Titan T, and two are stranded. One comes in, no hits. And we'll go to the sixth. Robbinsville now trails Hayesville 4-2 here on the Grand Star Sports Network. New pitcher on the hill as we come back to the sixth. It is Luke Lovin taking over for the Robbinsville Black Knights. As such, a double, maybe even we'll say a triple switch if you'll have it. Lovin moves from second base to the hill, which moves Ethan Orr to his usual spot when he's not pitching in center field, and as thus Tegan Werner has jogged out to fill the void at second base. Lovin 1-1 on the season, got his first victory of the year last Thursday, 6 2/3 innings against Rosman. He's got a 3.82 earned run average, 8 strikeouts. His loss was at Copper Basin. Tough 5-3 game for the Black Knights. They couldn't seem to get on the same page in Copper Hill just a few weeks ago. 1-0 count as we are back live. Top of the lineup due up for the Jackets. Michael Monty at the plate. Peyton McGaha, the home run hero from the fifth inning, will bat second. And he'll be followed by Tate Roberts. That's what's due up. It's 3-0 here on the Grand Star Sports Network. Robbinsville Lady Knights just picked up victory number 17, 4-pitch walk to begin things here at the baseball diamond. Robbinsville Lady Knights picked up a 10-0 5-inning win over the Jackets, ending it early across campus. So I'm sure if you watch very closely in the background, you'll see Lady Knights trickling in over here to watch the baseball proceedings play out. And I believe that hit him. And it did. Hit by pitch. It's the first one of the ball game. Gaha gets on, and that brings up Tate Roberts. Roberts doubled in the fifth inning. No outs, 2 on now. There's a first and second. Throw to third. And it'll be a double steal. Lady Knights now 17-2 on the year. Like our camera just went out on us, fans. We'll get that fixed here in just a short. Give me just a moment. Work on that. It's a 2-0 count. 3-0 count, I beg your pardon. And it's a walk. So it's a walk, a hit by pitch, pair of stolen bases, and another walk. And the Jackets have them loaded here in the top of the 6th inning for Jackson Sellers. And a wild pitch will score Michael Monty. Everybody moves up 90 feet each. 5-2, Yellow Jackets here in the 6th. Want to know the count? Another pitch, another wild pitch, another score. As we're back live now, sorry about that. Camera locked up on us. Had a disconnected cable of all things to happen. Something came loose. Pair of wild pitches score 2 more. Jackets runs at 6-2. And that'll be another walk. Luke Lovin has came in here in relief and is struggling to find the zone here in the 6th inning. And head coach Brent Eisenhower is out of the dugout to try and figure out what's going on with his young pitcher. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. Your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics all year long and beyond. We stream not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 varsity sports for the Robbinsville Black Knights. And quite frankly, fans, for most of the teams in the Western North Carolina area, if you'll have it, because you get to see a lot of the other schools and their athletes as well right here on your tubes. Volleyball, football, basketball, baseball, and softball. We're the place to watch it if you're a Robbinsville Black Knight fan. Al Shaheen still second base. Now that we've reset, our camera's back up and running. Jackson Sellers is at the plate. Shaheen drew a walk. And at third base right now is Tate Roberts. Nobody out. It's no 2 count on Mr. Sellers. And the pitch from Lovin will be popped up foul. It'll go out of the ballpark and trickle off the front of a Chevrolet. I can't believe it, folks. They're still looking for Peyton McGaha's home run ball from 2 innings ago. I thought they'd have surely found it by now. It's got to be over there in that tall grass. It couldn't have gone far. Strike 3 called. Lovin froze him. How about that? Hand him a chair. 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Hey, fans, still only a 4-run ball game. Knights have 6 outs to make some magic happen. Outside, ball 1. Chance Hughes at the plate. Got the plate, 1-1 now is the count. Upstairs, 2-1. Fly ball popped up. We'll play it. There comes a throw over to third. And he is going to be out, I believe. Good throw by Ethan Orr on that relay to make sure no more chicanery occurred. Tate Roberts, I believe, did score on that play. So it will be an RBI for Chance Hughes. Makes it 7-2 here in the top of the sixth. Outside ball one. They get Sheehan over at third base, 8-5. Senior Ethan Orr with a lot of keen field awareness to make that throw. Batters Dawson Devane. 2 outs. And 3 already in for the Jackets. Throw going to second. And it will be in the dirt. So it'll be a stolen base for Chance Hughes. He's the only runner left on the base path now for the Jackets here in the top of the sixth. Dawson Devane wants to try to bring him in, I'm sure. And he'll draw a hit by pitch. Cooper Matheson, the batter. Now 2 on again for the Jackets. And that one catches the plate. Good pitch on the outside corner by Luke Lovin, 0-1. Look, a change up there. One by helmet high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Make sure Chance Hughes don't forget that they ain't forgot about him over at second base. Looking him back. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1. And he lost him, ball 4. I'll bring up Kay Caruso with the bases loaded. Once again, the Jackets have chalked them full here in the top of the 6th inning. That is the 4th walk of the inning. Levin's also got a strikeout, and Ethan Orr trying to help the cause with some defense. Strike 1 issue to Kay Caruso, who struck out in his last plate appearance. Whatever that is worth. Counts 0-1. Pops out of the mitt, but it's a strike. 0-2. Strike 3. Caruso knew it. He's going to walk away. Jackets leave them loaded, but they bring home 3 more. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-2 Hayesville here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th, as we welcome you back to Robbinsville High School. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. We're a little late out of the break. Sorry about that. To Luke Lovin. We've got a new pitcher on the hill, too. A lot of moving and shaking taking place in between innings. New pitcher is Chance Hughes. Strike 3 is issued to Luke Lovin. He'll sit down, 1 out. That will bring up Chase Calhoun to the plate. See what kind of defensive changes we've had with Hughes moving. He was at third base to start the game today. And that one will pop the mitt. 0-2 quickly to Chase Calhoun. And I'll be grounded. Throw to first. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Two outs. Here comes Tegan Werner. Too many defensive changes to talk about, looks like, here on screen. Cooper Matheson has moved. I've got this right here. Let's see. He's moved from left to right. Starting pitcher Kay Caruso is in left field. And over at third base now is Kyle Shaheen, who started out the game in right field. Moving and shaking. Werner got a piece of that last pitch. And he'll ground that one. Throw to first. We'll be in time. 1, 2, 3, bottom of the sixth. Robbinsville will have his top of the order coming up in the seventh. But the Jackets have another chance to do more damage. They lead 7-2 as we go to the seventh. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. First pitch to begin the top of the seventh is going to get dropped into the outfield, and it looks like Avery Webster will drop it back into the infield. And a bad throw is going to send him to second base, maybe even third. And they got him! Oh my goodness! Boy, the fans on both sides of the ballpark are going to argue that for a moment, one side or the other. That Coach Joe Sellers doing his darndest to plead his case. That was a mad series of events. He got the single. A bad throw got him to second. Then he took off for third. A little wide of the bag. Luke Lovin covering the bag, tagged him. And they're going to ask for the appeal, and they will not get it. He is out, is Mr. Monty. So it's a single, an error, and a putout. 6-1. Have you ever in your life heard a score like that? Get you some of that. One out here in the top of the seventh. We're back live from Robbinsville High School. Aha takes it outside. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the seventh. Glad you're with us this Friday evening from Graham County. Good to have you on the Gramstar Sports Network. Popped up to center field. Ethan Orr over to our left out of camera view, because of course it was. Makes the play. Mr. Orr, 2 outs. Tate Roberts is the last hope for any Jackets offense here in the top of the seventh, and maybe for the ball game if the score holds. Inside pitch, 1-0. A little bit off speed from Luke 11. Just a hair outside. 2-0. And that one caught the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. As we mentioned, the Knights will have the top of their lineup due up in the bottom of the 7th. That's a good spot to be in if you're wanting to rally. Graylin Orr, Bryce Garrison, and Ethan Orr will be the batters. As strikeout is issued to Tate Roberts, second of the day for Luke Levin in relief. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Last chance for the Knights. It's 7-2 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Big play, 1 pitch, 1 out to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th. Graylin Orr grounds out to the shortstop, and Robbinsville, in the blink of an eye, is down to his last 2 outs. Welcome back here to Graham County. Kevin Hensley with you here on GramstarSports.com. First pitch to Bryce Garrison will miss outside, 0-1. Chance Hughes begins his second inning of relief for the Yellow Jackets. This has been a lengthy ball game. We don't see these in high school too often. We're already well over the 2-hour mark and still going. Knights hoping to extend it for a very long time and get back into this thing. Pretty clean day as far as defense goes. A couple of errors on either side, but not as costly today. It's just been good, solid clutch hitting from the Jackets. Home run helped the cause as well. Throw across, got him! Bang, bang play. It's tough to get Garrison on the fly like that. Back-to-back 6-3 putouts. Ethan Orr is the last hope for Robbinsville this afternoon. And Hughes will step off for just a moment to gather his bearings. 2 outs. Nobody on. When jumper in the on deck circle, Ethan Orr hopes to give him a chance to come up to the plate. First chance he sees is going to be grounded into the outfield. 2 out single for Ethan Orr. That'll do the trick here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Keep things alive for the Black Knights. 2 out single never hurt anything. His first hit of the day. And jumper will look to continue it. In the dirt, ball 1. Upstairs over his head. 2-0. Boy, jumper was swinging for the fences and came up empty. 2 balls, 1 strike. Upstairs, 3-1. Fans, as always, will recap this one and all the latest Black Knights action and, of course, Graham County's biggest news of the week every week in the Graham Star, your hometown newspaper since 1955. Grab a copy, subscribe if you haven't already. Help support local journalism, fans. Provide award-winning coverage from and around Graham County, and as I said, have done so since 1955. Jumper drew the inside pitch. Boy, full count, and he got walked. How about that? Knights have 2 on. They got something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th. Avery Webster looks to continue the trend. He's drew a pair of walks today. And if Hughes is struggling, it may be a walk-tastic inning. I'm sure the Knights would like to walk it off. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, though. To make a lot of things happen in very little time. One right inside corner. caught the plate. 0-2, last strike coming. And Webster swings and misses. That is your ball game. Night strand 2 here in the bottom of the 7th, and that's all she wrote. The Yellow Jackets complete the sweep of the Robbinsville Black Knights, and the Knights drop to 10-5, 7-3 overall in the Smoky Mountain Conference. They've got 2 more on tap next week against Murphy. The Jackets have wrapped up a perfect run through the conference this year. They finished the campaign 12-0. They've got a pair of non-conference games scheduled next week with Brevard. And fans, we're very glad that you joined us this afternoon for Black Knights and Yellow Jackets baseball here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back here Tuesday, it is senior night. It'll be Robbinsville and Murphy duking it out. And, of course, we're going to do our darndest go live for you next Thursday at Conahita Park, where it could be the Smoky Mountain Conference title game. Robbinsville-Murphy will square off in Cherokee County. Until then, fans, Kevin Hensley wishing all of you a great rest of your weekend. Again, your final score, Hayesville 7, Robbinsville 2, and the time of today's game, 2 hours and 13 minutes.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies.
Not 3. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Gramstar Sports Network.